Hey everybody, I just want to do a quick video here. Recently we've had some trouble with our LG washing machine not making it through a full cycle. The tub gets unbalanced and you end up getting the uneven warning code. Been going on for a few months now, and we've been dealing with it with adjusting the spin speed and readjusting, and it just finally got to the point I was tired of it and figured I'd try to do something about it. The machine's 8 or 9 years old, but didn't feel it was time to buy a new one yet. I like to get everything I can out of these things, as much as they cost anymore. So I read online and seen some schematics, and it looked pretty easy to at least get into it and see if I could figure out what was going on. Basically, this lip here, you can see I already got it broke free just since I was going to be doing this one-handed. But I took a straight screwdriver, was able to just get it in there, and if you just kind of turn it sideways, the difference in width kind of got it popped. I had to do it in 2 spots, and then I was able to get it lifted. Hold on a second here while I readjust. But sorry about it being dirty. I didn't feel like cleaning it, but you can always go through and clean out all that extra laundry soap and stuff. But basically what happens is these things have these shock adjuster rods here, and it's basically a rod that attaches down to the bottom. Now you can buy those rods new for like 60 bucks. I think it was online, but I really didn't want to go dropping a bunch of money into this thing since it is 8 or 9 years old. So I tried to get by the cheap way at first. So what I did is I got looking at how it moves around and stuff. And some reviews online say that you can re-grease these dampening rods at the top here, and I think even at the bottom. They come out really easy. I actually took one out and tried it, and they didn't seem to be too bad, but it says greasing them might help. But I figured I would try something else also, so I went to Lowe's here close to me, and I bought these springs. Now, they were, you could buy a 2-pack, I think, for somewhere in the neighborhood of $3 or $4 for a 2-pack, I think is what it was. So it was pretty cheap. You know, I ended up buying enough to do all the corners, and I think I had something like, I don't know what it was. I bought some other stuff, but like $15 for all the springs or something. So saved a little bit of money. And all you do is these springs have somewhat of a hook on them already, and you bend that hook out a little bit. Each of these spots has either a hole or the front ones are actually notched out. I hooked it on the bottom there. Just hooked it on the top here. Now, all that grease you see, I got thinking about, I was worried about, since these pieces are plastic, that it might help a little bit. I actually just used some of the grease that was with those spring where the shock absorbers went, smeared it on there, and just figured it would give it a little bit of extra lubrication, maybe keep it from wearing the plastic out. But I did 2 of those on each corner. If you measure it, it's roughly 3.5 inches or so. 3 5/8 is the length of them. Lowe's had like 3 different selections. Now they do have a lot heavier spring. You can just kind of feel when you get there. The heavier spring would have been way too heavy. I think with one of these probably wouldn't have been enough, but 2 of them gives it just enough that I think it's really going to help. We've actually did 2 loads and haven't had an issue yet, so hoping it stays true. So hopefully this might help you, maybe save you a little bit of money, get you a few more years out of your washing machine. Maybe I'll get back, I'll comment on here in a few months or whatever and let you know if it everything keeps working and I don't end up having to buy a new one. So that's all I had. Thanks.